Hello students, this is Abhijit Shah from SNCS. Today we will continue our study from scale. So what is scale? That scale is a measuring line that shows the relation of the distance between two places on a map to their actual distance on land. So scale is a measuring line. So by the scale we can measure any kind of lines that shows the relation of the distance, and by the help of scale we can easily relate the distance in between two places on a map with the actual distance. Okay. So a scale can be defined as a ratio between a distance measured on a map and a corresponding distance on land. So sometime what happen, we draw a line for delineating the place, like say for that from Tufanganj to Coachbihar, that the distance is 20 kilometer. So we cannot easily draw the line of 20 kilometer in our copybook. So if we see, or if we let that the scale is 1 centimeter to 1 kilometer, then if we draw a line of 20 kilometer as a 20 centimeter, so this 20 centimeter will represent the 20 kilometer, because the I select the scale from 1 centimeter to 1 kilometer. That means every 1 centimeter represent as the 1 kilometer value. Okay. So for example, these things, and large scale maps depict the geographical features of a small area in details. So if the scale is large, then large scale maps depict the geographical features of a small area in details. Okay. So large scale maps give us the details information of a place. The small scale map shows only the important features of a large area. So types of scale. So the scales have different types. The distance can be measured by means of scale in three ways. That the first one is the verbal scale or statement scale, or numerical fraction, which is called as representative fraction scale or RF scale, and the third one is graphic or linear scale. So first come to the verbal scale or a statement scale. What is verbal scale or statement scale? That in this method the scale is expressed in words, because statement, here the scale is expressed as a word, that 1 centimeter on a map represent 50 kilometer. That means that they verbally told that once every 1 centimeter represent 50 kilometer of the actual distance. So on the ground this method is not very popular, as it does not give the accurate measurement. So this method is not very popular in the field of measurement. Okay. So next come to the representative fraction or RF scale, that the numerical fraction method is also called representative fraction, and this method shows the ratio between the distance on the map on the distance on the ground. So it is a ratio format. By this we can easily show the scale of a map. Like this, this scale can be used by any countries in the world. So in these kinds of scale there have not any kind of units. So any country they can put their selected units and they can measure the distance or measure the map's area or size. So for example, if the RF is 1:50,000, you can see there have not any kind of unit. So here the first one is the distance of a place in map, and this is the ground distance. That means if we let that the 1 centimeter, that means every 1 centimeter on map is represent the 50,000 centimeter of the ground. So it would mean that 1 centimeter on the map represent 50,000 centimeter on the ground. Okay. So this scale can be converted into any unit. So we can convert it, that if we let the 1 kilometer represent 50,000 kilometer, the scale will remain same. So therefore in map reading it is universally accepted. So universally this scale is this method or this scale types is universally accepted, because any country they can use the scale. And next another type of scale is graphical scale or linear scale. So this scale represents the relationship between a particular distance on a map on the actual distance on the earth, and it is drawn according to the statement in such a way that the distance can be calculated most accurate on the map. So graphical scale, it is, that means this kinds of scale is represent as a graphical way or a linear way. So that you can see that there have a graphical scale. Here you can see that what the linear scale figure that 1.17 shows 4 kilometer. So, here you can see that here 1, 2, 3, 4, here 3 kilometer and here 1 kilometer, that means in total 4 kilometer, and the scale in which it is drawn is 2 centimeter equal 1 kilometer. So, you can see that every 2 centimeter that there have a value that 1, and after 2 centimeter 2, that means 2 centimeter represent 1 kilometer. Here the unit is kilometer, that means every 2 centimeter, that this 2 centimeter represent 1 kilometer, and the next 2 centimeter represent 1 kilometer, that means 1 plus 1 2 kilometer, and next 2 centimeter 3 kilometer, that means here every 2 centimeter represent as the 1 kilometer value, that means 6 centimeter, that means 3 kilometer, and here 2 centimeter, that is for 4 kilometer. Okay. So, to the right of 0 and 3 kilometer is shows with each compartment of 2 centimeter representing 1 kilometer. 2 centimeter represent as the 1 kilometer value. Okay. So, to the left of 0, the 2 centimeter compartment is divided into 10 parts showing 100 meter each, as there are 1000 meter in 1 kilometer, and linear scale is the most accurate method of measuring distances on the map. So, linear scale is most accurate method for measuring the distance on a map, and on most of the maps it is given for accurate map study. Okay. So, next is significance of map study and colors in a legend. So, map have become invaluable in today's practical world, and as they serve as storehouse of information. So, map as a map selected or depicted as a storehouse of information, because from a map we can collect lots of information. So, we can find out destination by using global positioning system and GIS. So, GPS, you know that every mobile of any kind of smartphone there have a GPS system, and GIS is another system. By this process we can easily made our any kind of map, or we can that measure, or we can find out that the what is the location of my position. Okay. So, topographical maps portray the natural features, man-made features and cultural features using appropriate colors and symbols. So, topographical map we already learned about it, that topographical map, and they give us two types of features, natural features and man-made features. Okay. For map study and map pointing, colors are important in conventional signs and symbols. So, for demarcation of any kind of features, we use the conventional signs. So, what is conventional signs? It is nothing that they these are one kind of symbols or signs, those are universally accepted, those are called as conventional signs and symbols. So, these colors are universally accepted. Okay. So, basically yellow is used for cultivable land, plateau, desert and plains. Okay. And for the forest area and lowland area we use the green color. Okay. And rocky area or badland or uncultivable land are distributed as a white color, and the blue perennial river, perennial streams, lakes, ponds, all kinds of water bodies are distributed as a blue color, and contour lines, their height and relief, these are as a brown color, and dry streams, survey trees, these are black color, and permanent huts, settlements, all kinds of houses and cities, these are depicted as a red color. Okay. So, next is symbols.